What is up, everybody? AJ here, back again in another video. Now, during my last reaction video to Atelier Resleriana, I did mention that if the live stream has gameplay footage, I will be checking that gameplay footage out. And fortunately, yes, they do have gameplay footage of the upcoming Atelier Resleriana game. So I'm gonna be checking those gameplay footage out, and hopefully they will provide more in depth of how the gameplay is for the upcoming Atelier Resleriana game. So appreciate the love and support. Let's not waste any more time and jump right into the gameplay footage of the new upcoming Atelier Resleriana game. Okay, finally we have some gameplay footage. Okay. The UI, I'm gonna be real, it really reminds me of Honkai Star Rail. I'll be very frank. The UI very kind of reminds me of Honkai Star Rail. And as a matter of fact, right, hold on, let me just pause for a brief moment. My apologies for pausing for a brief moment because my face cam is blocking the total damage counter. Hold on, let me just do it like this. So yeah. Yeah, they even have ultimate as well. The way that the ultimate is presented, right, is literally the similar as how Honkai Star Rail works. Okay. Okay, sorry for pausing. Okay, so judging by how this looks, right? Okay, so hoping my camera's not blocking. Cool. So now is this character's turn. I forgot the name. I'm so sorry. I believe the list on the left side of the screen are ability, and I believe this thing right over here is number of times can be used, which is 3 times. Okay, and what is this damage? I'm not really sure though. So yeah, she has number of skills that can be used. Stop. I need to keep an eye on her AP. AP not. Oh, AP game. Okay. Now it's this character's turn. That's the debuff. And now it's the enemy turn. Ally down. That's kind of nice that they're showing a little bit of gameplay footage right over there. But to be very freaking honest, I kind of wish they show more though. Kind of wish they show more combat though. But anyway, with that being said, let's check out. Let's see more of this. So, okay, frame rate is definitely 60 FPS. Frame rate is definitely 60 FPS. And I noticed that there's a time on the right side of the freaking screen. Everything is in Jap though. And probably it might be spoilers though, so they had to skip the entire cutscene. This is the part where you need the skip button, buddy. This is the part where you need the skip button.
はい。で奥の方に行くとですね、ちょっと生活スペースになってまして、これ
I'm sorry for pausing. Okay. This is the part where you need to have an option where you can either entirely skip the entire scene or you can just provide the fast forward button. Just like how previous Atelier games did it. They did it to Atelier Ryza where they have the fast forward button, or they have the auto run button where they let the dialogue run by its own without you just pressing the button manually, or they provide a skip button. So, judging by that scene alone, right, I don't see any skip button or a fast forward button. So, I wish they had that function in this game, to be freaking honest. And here's the thing, for 1 month before this game drops, so I hope they do something about that. Anyway, continue on with the gameplay footage.
赤い妖精さんがいると思うんですけれどもさ、はい。
なんか喋ってるけどすごい喋ってるけど
And I really hope that my GPU can run this game like 60 FPS, man, because Lumia was so graphically demanding and not properly optimized. I had to do some minor adjustments to make sure it runs 60 as much as possible.
妖精さん色は関係あるんですか？
色はですね、基本的に性格とかもろもろがあるぐらいですね。
作り方を思いつくんだろう。
This game looks...
色は確か5色か6色
Oh,
の
I
妖
see.
精さんがいて、
I see something weird, that one frame.
パラメーターが違うっていうね。
But yeah, from the look of things, this looks very 60 FPS-ish. So I would assume this is where her alchemy is located.
名前がある子もいて3人います。
あ、さっきなんか出てた。
そうです。
So many small creatures.
ルクルとボネボネっていう
かわいい。
可愛い結構個性が豊かな子たちが。
Okay, so the transition is very old school, like just like how
見ていこうかなと思います。
oh my goodness gracious, the map is so freaking huge. Can't you make it smaller?
ストーリーが進むにつれて少しずつこう今目の前にトトリがいる。
Buddy, can you make the map smaller?
少しずつ街の中
Because the map is a little too huge, to be very freaking
こ
honest.
ちら街の状態はですね、大体まあ3段階目くらいの状態で少し発展した
The
状態
map is a little too huge for
こ
me.
ちらのですね、少し立派な建物の中入っていこうかなと思うんですけども、
ちょっとこれ見て。
And oh my goodness gracious, her badonkers are jiggling. Her badonkers are jiggling.
見せつけないで。
あ、この服装すごい。
They did this intentionally, don't they? They're doing this on purpose, aren't they? Huh? Showing that them badonkers are jiggling.
衣装ですね。
Huh?
ミッドナイトなんだよな。
セクシーな感じで。
Yeah, they're jiggling.
プレミアムボックスの特典でついてくるコスチュームもなってます。
そうです。
すごい。
They're jiggling.
はい、見せてくれました。
はい、じゃあここ行きま
では
すか。
行ってみていただいて、こちら
Okay.
星の踊り場と呼ばれる場所になりますね。
Yeah, the transition from one area to from one room to another reminds me of Ryza 1 and Ryza 2.
依頼をお願いして、逆にアイテムを取ってきてもらうっていうことができるような場所になっています。こちらですね。
Hey, it's Claudia.
クラウディアやライザの依頼を受けたりとかもできるようになってますね。でこちら出会った NPC の違法人たちですね。こちらで配置されて、お話ししたりとかもできるようになってます。で奥の方にクラウディアもいて、
Hey, Claudia's right over here.
はい、で少し奥の方の部屋に入っていくとですね、
I'm still kinda upset over the fact that Ryza is not a playable character in this game.
で街の出資とか街の状態を確認することができるっていう状態になってますね。出資はもうショップで稼いだお金とか最初に拾ってきたアイテムを調合したものっていうのを納品してもう街の
I have no idea what are
上げ
those.
ていくっていう
Because I can't really read Jap, sorry.
はい、でちょっと次外に出て、絆イベント、絆クエストですね、ちょっと受注していきたいかなと思います。はい、こちら、右下に出ているミニマップなんですけれども、これちょっと L3 の方で。
How could you call this a mini map when the map is so... thank goodness. Thank goodness. They have the option to toggle how you want to change how the mini map looks like, which is nice.
北東の方ですかね。
Because this
紫色のびっくりマークがあるんで
because
すけども、
this
そちらに
minimap
クエ
to
スト
me
がある
is
ので
way
押して
freaking
みて
huge.
く
So
だ
it's
さい。
kind of nice that it gives us the option to change how the minimap looks like with just the press
ちょっと見る
with just the press of a freaking button, which is nice.
でこう下っていただくとちょうど奥の方になんか見覚えのある太っちょの子がいると思うんですけど、
あー、オスカーがいるぞ。
Okay, so that's how they trigger the
かわ
quest.
いい。これもコス
But
チューム
again, like I said,
色違いが
I wish that this game gives the option to either let the dialogue runs automatically by itself, or it gives the option to either fast forward or skip, as I mentioned earlier on. And oh dear, from the look of things, not all of the quests are voiced, which is kind of a bummer. Because I personally prefer
力持ち。
each and every single quest are completely voiced, just like how Baldur's Gate 3 does it. And the fact that not every single quest is being voiced is kind of a bummer, to be very freaking
頼まれ
honest.
たので、調校して持ってきましょうというクエストになっています。
はい。
はい。でこちらですね、
Like, even the older Riser games, right, some of the side quests are not voiced at all,
を押しながら、
which is kind of a bummer, to be very freaking
左下
honest.
の図鑑を選んでいただいて話してもらうともう図
The
鑑に
shortcut options, okay.
いいですね。
でこちらアイテムを選んでいただいて、L2 でタブを、調合のそうですね、釜のアイコンにしていただいて、下の方に行くと、
はい。
緑色のカプセルみたいなやつがあるんですけれども、これがね植物栄養剤の
Items, sure.
必要素材としてはパチパチ水、魔法の草、薬ゴケ。
If you're showing items, might as well you show how the synthesis mechanic works in this game, buddy.
行こうかなと思います。
うんうんうん
はい、
はい
こちらですね、ハルフェンの雰囲気が分かったところで、続いてフィールド戦闘についても見ていきたいと思います。
うん。はい。
でこちらに関してはですね、ちょっと操作が複雑になることということもあって、私の方でプレイしてご紹介できればなと思います。
はーい。
はい。お願いします。
はい、
あ
では、早速ですね、
I'll be real, the outfit is cute and all, but
思います。
I'm still not really convinced as to how the game
ワー
played.
ルドマップ
how the-
になっています。
Okay, so how this is how the map
ありまし
works.
ても馴染みのあるこう地形が
So there's
あるんです
five
ね。
regions, I
今回
believe.
レスラギの店員にちょっとマーカーがついているので、
There's
こちらの
five
マーカーがついている
regions.
ところに飛んでいきます。
And hold on. I'm sorry for reminding. Here's another thing I noticed. There's like 5 areas over here. Not regions, sorry, because I believe the ones above, right, the one, the L1 and R1, which is right over here, this stuff right over here, right, I believe these are regions. I believe this is the first region, and then we have the second region on this one, and then this, I believe, is the third regions. So it's safe to assume that this game has a total of 3 regions. It's fine, and I believe each region has multiple areas. Which means that so far, right now, they're showing the very first region, and the very first region has a total of 5 different areas. I believe this is the town area. This is the beach, I believe, and this is I believe this is a tunnel. This is a tunnel. I have no idea what this is, and I believe this is a garden. But regardless, so there's from the way I see it, right, there's a total of 3 regions in total, and each region has multiple areas. So far, the first region has 5 areas. So, okay, cool story.
いきます。
And of course, there's fast traveling, which is kind of nice.
はい、こちら安らぎの庭園になってます。で、もう少しずつね、こう探索しながら行くんですけども、
Okay, there's running, which is
左
nice.
の方に西の方
And you
で
can
すね
see
あると思うん
the
ですけ
enemies
ど
in the
一応
mini
ね
map, which is kind of
追跡してい
nice.
る状態なんですが、薬がけが置いてある
Okay, let me have a look at the mini map. So let's see. So I assume these red dots are the enemies. The chest is basically the treasure chest. I have no freaking idea what are these though. And this icon right here, I believe these are elite type enemies. And I would assume that this is a landmark. It's either a landmark or a teleport waypoint. It's either one of these two. So hold on, let me rewind that one more freaking time. So wait. So the new so this new character came from this spot, right?
でもう少しずつね、こう探索しながら行くんですけども、この
So hold on a second. Does that mean that this is the only teleport waypoint that is available? Or we can teleport to at the landmark? Because in the Ryza trilogy game and the and in Atelier Yumia, we can teleport to any landmark that is available in the map. So I'm kind of curious what is the purpose of the landmark that is right over here, but
ミニマップの左の方に、西の方ですね、こちらにアイコンがあると思うんですけども、こちらちょうどね、追跡している状態なんですが、薬苔が置いてある場所をマーカーとして示してくれるようになっています。
let me see how the TV Academy works in this game.
場所がわからない時とか
Is it the same as how Ryza is, or is it? I don't think there's the elements of how
設定してみてください。
Yumia in this game. Might be some elements of Ryza. Oh, okay, got it. So this icon right over here, right, is basically a whip where you can climb from one spot to another using a rope or a whip. Okay, got it.
もう一回行きましょうか。これね、ワイヤーフックというやつですね。このライン
Oh, it's called a wire hook. Got it.
でいけるようなやつです。アクション要素になってます。
A wire hook.
そうです。一つせっかくなので、戦闘装備の方で、今作ですね、コスチュームどこでも変えられるようになってます。で、こちら
Wait, you can change costume on the fly?
ユミヤのアトリエの衣装の方にちょっと着替えていって、はい、プレイしたいと思います。
You can change item on the fly? Bro, that's Isla's outfit, man. What the hell? That's Isla's outfit.
はい、
And that's Ruger's outfit from Atelier Yumia.
プレイいただければなと思います。
And it's kind of nice that. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for rewinding, man. Man, and wow, it's kind of nice that the game gives us the option to change the outfit on the fly. Because back in older Atelier games, just like in Atelier Rise games and Atelier Yumia, you have to be at an atelier or at a safe house in order to change the outfit of the characters. So okay, I'm pretty amazed over the fact that you can change outfit when you're outside of the field, which is kind of nice, to be very freaking honest. And as a matter of fact, how many outfits does this character has?
で、こちら先ほど紹介があったユミヤのアトリエの衣装の方にちょっと着替えていって、はい、プレイしたいと思います。
How does one obtain the Ayla and Ruger's outfit though? I'm kind of curious. But to be fair, I kind of prefer the sleeveless one.
はい、どこでもキャラも変更できる。
I kind of prefer the sleeveless one.
プレイいただければなと思います。はい、ちょうどねこちら
Oh, so this is the elite boss, as you can see right in front of here.
大きめの敵がいるので、ちょっと戦ってみようかなと思います。はい。まあ、毎度同じなんですけど、スイングして戦闘に入るともう有利に戦うことができるのが。
So okay, activating combat mode is literally the same as how Ryza and Yumiya is, which is the same. It's kind of nice that they're showing. I believe the HP, the bar on the top right over here is the HP bar, and then this is the order of movement, just like how it works in Honkai Star Rail.
おなじみでございます。
Anyway, I'll just let the game run its course.
はい、ではですね、少しずつスキルとか
Music's kinda eh?
かなと思います。
I'm not really feeling it with the music though.
1スピード、こちら防御力をパーティー全体で防御力を上げることができるスキルになっています。結構便利なのでね、
Hold up.
防御って見ていこうかなと思い
Was
ます。
she using AP?
こちらね。
Okay, yeah, she was using AP. Before it was 90, now it was 65.
上げることができる スキルになっています。結構便利なので、
Defense up
ボス戦とか強力な攻撃
Sure
を使っていくときによく使うことになるかなと
Right
思いま
now, this
す。
character's turn.
あとですね、今キャラクターの
Wait,
タイムラインのところに右上にアイコンが小さく出てると思うんですけども、味方の行動が連続して、かつユナイトといわれるこのキャラクターたちの左下のですね、ゲージが2と出てるゲージがあるんですけれど、こちらが上がっていくとユナイトアタックというのが発動するようになります。はい、こちらがチャージストライクというのがユナイトアタックが発動するという。
unite attack. Hold on, hold on. How do you activate the unite attack? I'm kind of curious. Okay.
スキルとか使っていって見ていこうかなと思います。こちらね、ソフィーの
Again, sorry for reminding, but I just want to know how does the unite attack
スキルにな
works
っています。
in this
便利な
game.
のでね、ボス戦とか強力な
Okay.
攻撃使っていくときによく使うことになるかな。タイプしてゲームます。はい、こちらがチャージストライクというのがユナイトアタックが発動するという。
The music's kinda
ガ
eh.
ード力なんですけれども、こちら先ほど少し赤い波紋みたいなのが出たんですけど、あのタイミングでやるとジャストカードという状態になって、敵のダメージを軽減したり、あと状態異常を無効にするっていうちょっと強力な効果になってます。はい、まずね、マルチアクションの紹介いこうかなと思います。今回ですね、マルチアクションということで TP というゲージを使うことで最大で3人まで同時に行動することができます。よいしょ。ではちょっとまだ見せたこともないですけど、
はい
使って
Oh, unite attack. Okay, cool.
はい、さらに
Oh, unite attack.
さらにこちらイ
Cool.
ンタラプトという素で、今ちょうど敵が行動しようとしたんですけれども、アイテムを
And yeah, now the lady has been switched to the back
システム
row.
がありますね。でそれでせっかくなんで、スタートファイル死んじゃうかな。はい。
Wait, were they using items? Oh,
割り込むことができる。ちょうど敵が行動しようとしたんですけれども、アイテムを使って割り込むことができる。
yeah, clearly. Yeah, the dude said he was using items.
ありますね。でそれで
These are
せっか
items.
くなんで、スタートファイル
He was using items.
死んじゃうかな。
They were using items.
はい。アイテムがですね、今回かなり強力になってまして、こちらは特定のアイテムを
Wow.
連続で使うと、
The items really.
追加効果が発生するシステムがあります。は
かわいい。
Yeah, he was using items.
多いな。
But I'm gonna reveal that is
かわいい。
that's a little. It feels a little complicated though. It's definitely one of those games where you need to feel you need a hands-on in order to get the idea of how the gameplay works. This is definitely one of those games you need a hands-on on how the game you need a hands-on to get the idea of how the gameplay works,
最初の
man.
方はですね、開放されている要素も
Because just by watching it, I'm not really.
戦闘を学んで
It's kind of confusing
戦略的な
to be
戦
very
いを
freaking
学んでい
honest.
ただければなと思い
But
ます。
then again, the entire thing is in Japanese, so that's also another case.
そうです。1個ちょうど取れました。2個いきました。
Okay,
はい、こ
so
ちらでちょうど材料を確保できたということで、アトリエに行って調合をしていこうかなと思います。では、こちらに続いて、
and here's another thing I noticed. At the very least, right, the game lets you know what is the rank of each material that you've gathered, as shown right over here.
調合ということで、
Because in previous games, when you gather a material, right, it lets you know what materials you have gathered, but it doesn't really let you know what are the ranks that you've gathered, from what I understand.
戦闘フィードの
So it's kind of nice to let you know what are the ranks of the items you have gathered. Now, I assume this is how the
PV でも こち
So
ら
this is the
映っていたと思うんです
synthesis
けれど
room, for
も、
my
コンサー
understand.
トの調合できる、アトリエですねになっています。
綺麗。
はい、遺跡の奥にある、封印されていた、アトリエということで、ちょっと少し不思議な空間として構成されています。
I just
はい、
hope my
イベント上でもですね、架空
my
の道
if I
の
get
入り
if I were
口
to
が
play this
こちら
game,
5
I
本存在しているん
my
です
rig
けれ
can
ども、
handle it
こち
at
らストーリー
consistent
が進む
60
ごとに
FPS.
解禁されて、新しいタンク
Because not gonna lie, it looks good at
増
60
えていく
FPS,
状
though I
態
would say
になってますね。
this.
はい、またですね、こちらアクの道開放すると、新しい調合のシステムを開放されていくという形になってまして、探索していけばいくほど新しい調合ができるようになるよというような形になっています。はい。では早速ですね。
Alright, dude, just show us how the synthesis mechanic work in this game already.
はい。では先ほどね、オスカーから頼まれた植物栄養剤をこちら作っていければなと思います。はい、今回ギフトカラー調合ということで、
Okay.
レステリアプリバのレステと同じ
It's
色をつなぐ
similar yet
つもりだったんですけども、色をつなぐとその素材についている特性が付与されていくという。
So it's basically a mix and match
一番最初
method.
に選ぶ材料はもうお好きな材料を選んでいただい
It's
て、
basically a mix and match option.
2つ目の材料から、
Yeah, and you have to mix the color. You have to match the color as well.
されて上の方に並ぶようになってますので、基本簡単に作りたいものに関しては決定ボタンを押していただくだけでも。
And here's another thing I noticed. Apparently, each material has a special effect.
の特性がついた状態。
I can't read what are the effects though, but apparently each material right over here, right, contributes to the effects right over here. Oh, wait, not effect. This is effects. Sorry, I believe these are traits. I believe.
の調合
I'm just curious how many traits are
はい、
can one item hold?
左側紫色の素材をどれか選んでいただいて、続いてこちらですね、先ほど採取してきた薬ゴケをまた青でつながるように、はい、はい、こうやってですね、ちょっと
Oh, it's a mix and match
左側に出ている
situation.
メールの中で、特性が少し
And hold up, we can add more
こ
items.
ちらもう一つ何か入れていただいて、
Oh, you can add more items.
で次なんですけれども、次に特性を付与すると一回キャンセルしてもらっていいですか。はい、魔法攻撃の呪いというのが消えたかなと思います。
Oh, we can add more items.
はい、こちら属性が押し出し式になってまして、
And you
特性を入れる順番を間違えると思ったものができないみたいな状態になったりするんですね。なので色をつながない、あえてつながないよっていうことも考えていかないと理想的なアイテムは作れないようなシステムになっています。
難しい。
はい。
Yeah, this is definitely one of those. Yeah, the synthesis mechanic is definitely one of those where you need a hands-on to have a better understanding how the mechanic
な
works.
ので、R1 で活性素材というものを選択していただいて、これを使うとギフトカラーを固定化することができます。なので先ほどつながらなかったこの S の素材を入れても引き継げることになると。はい。
Hold on, what do you...
とギフトカラーを固定化することができます。なので先ほど
And here's another thing I noticed. Not only you have to match the colors right, but certain items provide effects as well. From the look of things, right, the synthesis mechanic in this game looks kind of simple, but it's pretty complicated at the same freaking time, man. Because there's a lot of mix and match involved. So the synthesis mechanic in this game is probably way more complicated than Ryza at the very least. Yeah, this is definitely one of those games where you have to play the game to have a better understanding of how the synthesis mechanics works. Yeah, it's way complicated, way much more complicated than how the synthesis mechanic in Yumiya. Because in Yumiya, they literally simplified every single damn thing. Over here in this game on the other hand, right, it's basically a mix and match situation, and you can mix and match however the materials that you want, the items you want to synthesize as you see fit. But at the same time, it's kind of complicated at the same freaking time because you really need to know which items are the best match for the items that you want to make.
つながらなかったこの S の素材を入れても引き継げることになると。はい、でこういう形でですね、少しずつこう調合で理想の特性を目指していくって形になってますね。
面白い。
はい。
難しい。
And yeah, from the way I see it, right, this game, from the way I see it, is definitely for those people who play older Atelier games. because this is coming from a person who only played newer Atelier games like Atelier Resleriana and Atelier Yumiya. Jumping right into this game, I definitely need some time to get used to how the synthesis mechanic works in this game, man. And from the way I see it, right, this is definitely a game for the classic Atelier people, and it is not really recommended for new people who wants to jump right into the Atelier games. That's how I see it.
はい、あと一つ、お、いいですね。大丈夫ですよ。
Character design is cute and all, but in terms of game, this mechanic is kind of complicated.
こちら中間素材なんでね、特性が基本的に1枠しか存在しなくなっています。なので、その引き継いだ特性を作成個数分作るようなシステムになってるんですね。で逆に使用アイテム
And the synthesis animation is
戦闘で使う
simple but
に関しては
cute.
3枠存在してますので、その3
Simple
枠
but
をどうやっ
cute,
て
which is kinda
組み合わ
nice.
せていくのかっていうのが今作の大きな遊びになっています。
何を作ろう。
素材もいいですね。いろんな素材があって
はい。
じっくり見たくなる。
ですね、調合ね、まだまだいろいろやり込み要素が
Alright,
あるん
anything
で
else
す
you
け
want
れ
to
ど
show
も
us?
ですね、アイテム強化とかを使っていくと特殊な特性が付与できたりもするので、
Which comes into the question, does this game have
その特性を使って
item
またそれを中間素材に
item
引き継いで
duplication and item multiplication?
使いたい使用アイテムの方に持ってったりっていうので、
Okay.
こう特性をこうぐるぐる回す
So this is item enhancement?
いろんなルートを考えなきゃいけない遊びになっています。
やり込みを
Okay, you can enhance items, cool.
そうですね。
But can you
あと
duplicate
そうですね
items just like
ユーザーの方々がたまにこう
in
懸
Atelier
念され
Resleriana
て
and
いる
Atelier
ことがある
Yumiya?
んです
That's
け
the
れど、
question.
調合の特性の付与は今回ランダムじゃないので、ユーザーの皆さ
Or
んの
you
腕次
can
第で
duplicate
いくらでもこう調合の強い
items you have synthesized as well. That's also another question.
はい。ではですね、早速ですけれどもね、先ほどの植物栄養で作ったものをオスカーに納品しに行こうと思います。で、ハルフェンに戻っていただいて、
So this is the second
ノ
area.
ークを選んでいただくと近くですね。
はい。
はい。こちら奥の方に進んでいただいて、そこ
So I believe this is the main town
下
where
の
they're
方に
trying
オスカー
to
がいらっしゃいますので、
rebuild, from my understand.
来ましたよ。
Because this is definitely one of those games where
あ、これ人参です。
the game progresses as you rebuild the town, from what I understand.
本のあれみたいじゃないですか。
This is unlike any other Atelier game where the game progresses as you keep going through the story. This is definitely one of those games where the game progresses as you keep rebuilding the town, from what I understand.
かけることも許されない記憶。
And again, I really wish that
はい。
all of the quests
これでね、
in this game are fully voiced.
オスカーの
But
クエストが
just by looking at this footage alone, right? Yeah, it's kind of it just shows that not all of the quests are voiced, which is kind of unfortunate to be very freaking honest.
はい、このようにですね、オスカー
So that's how the quest has been completed. So okay, here's my impression on that gameplay footage so far. I really wish they show more combat footage because I really want to know how the combat works in this game. But from the way I see it, right, it's basically similar as to how the gameplay at Honkai Star Rail works, where it's basically completely turn-based. Zero action, it's not action oriented, just like how Atelier Yumiya is. So yeah, this is definitely one for the old timer who are more into turn-based RPG. But still, I kind of wish they show more of how the combat is. And the synthesis mechanic in this game, right, looks more complicated than how it is in Atelier Resleriana. I'm not gonna use Atelier Yumiya as an example because the synthesis mechanic in Atelier Yumiya is just way too simple, where you just put in items and then you're good to go. In this game, on the other hand, you not only need to know which item is the best match, you need to know which color matches that suits the item as well, which is very interesting and complicated at the same freaking time. And let's not forget to take into account that the traits for each item as well. So yeah, it looks interesting and yet complicated. One more thing is that I really wish that the entire quest that the game's provided, be it the main quest, I'm pretty sure the main quest is gonna be voiced, that's for sure. But I'm talking about the side quests, the character quests, and whatnot. I really wish that all of these quests are being voiced as well. Because just by watching at that side quest footage earlier on, right, I'm kind of bummed out that that quest is not voiced at all. So in conclusion, I'm not really sold on this game, to be very freaking honest. I'm still kind of reluctant to jump right into this game, man. This game looks interesting, but I'm still not really 100% sold into this game, man. And I'll be real, it's kind of nice that you can change outfit wherever you want, unlike in older Atelier games, which is kind of nice. But I'm still not really convinced to get my hands on this game, to be very freaking honest. Hopefully by the time when the review for this game comes out, it will convince me to jump right into this game, because this is definitely one of those games where you need to get a hands-on on how the combat works and how the synthesis mechanic works in this game. But still, it's kind of nice that they're showing more gameplay footage, which is kind of nice. But and here's another thing that I want to highlight. Previous Atelier games provides the function of whether you can fast forward a scene, or you can let the dialogue auto run by its own, or you can completely skip the dialogue. But as I watched that some of the scenes earlier on, right, apparently there was none of those options were available from the way I see it. So, and not to mention, there is still 1 more month to this game drops. So I really hope that the game provides the option to either fast forward the dialogue, let the dialogue run by its own, or give us the option to skip the dialogue. That's what I'm really hoping. And with that, I think that's pretty much my impression and my thoughts on this gameplay footage of Atelier Resleriana. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoy my reaction and impression so far, I appreciate the thumbs up and the comment down below. And also, if you guys want to check out more stuff on this channel, please feel free to hit the subscribe button down below. And don't forget to hit the bell notification so that you will be notified when I will drop my next video. Till then, my name is AJ, hope you all have a good one, and I will see you all in the next video.